can a 158-year-old law treat a woman as the mere property of her husband? Until 2018, the answer in India was a shocking yes. For over a century, Section 497 of IPC made adultery a criminal offence, but with a bizarre twist. It only punished men and only if the other woman's husband didn't give his permission. Welcome back. Today we are diving into the landmark case of Joseph Shine versus Union of India, the judgment that fundamentally changed the landscape of personal liberty and gender equality in India by declaring that the husband is not the master of the wife. Now, before we get to the trial, let's look at the old law. Under Section 497, a man could be jailed for up to 5 years for having sexual relations with the wife of another man. But here's where it got controversial. Number 1, gender bias. Only the man could be prosecuted. The woman was treated as a victim who was seduced regardless of her consent. Second, husband's consent. If the husband agreed to or connived in the act, it wasn't a crime anymore. And third, no right for wives. A wife had no legal right to prosecute her husband if he was the one committing adultery. Now, this law wasn't about morality. It was about protecting a husband's property. In comes Joseph Shine, who filed a public interest litigation challenging the constitutional validity of this law. He argued that it violated 3 fundamental pillars of the Indian Constitution. Number 1, Article 14, the right to equality. So why was the law only targeting men and ignoring the wife's agency? Second, Article 15, prohibition of discrimination on the grounds of sex. And third, Article 21, the right to life and dignity. Shine argued that denying a woman's sexual autonomy and treating her like a chattel or object was a direct hit to her dignity. The government's counter was, on the other side, the respondents argued that adultery is a public wrong that destroys the sanctity of marriage and family values. They claimed that the law was actually a form of affirmative action to protect the women. In 2018, a 5-judge constitutional bench reached a historic conclusion. They struck down Section 497 as unconstitutional. The court's logic was clear. On equality, Justice Deepak Mishra stated that any law that treats women with inequality is not constitutional. The court found that treating the husband as the aggrieved person while giving the wife no rights was manifestly arbitrary. On privacy, Justice Chandrachud highlighted that sexual privacy is a natural right. He emphasized that the state should not enter the inner recesses of a person's private life unless it affects the society as a whole. Private versus public, the court ruled that while adultery is morally wrong to many, it is a private wrong and not a criminal one against the society. So does this mean adultery is legal now? Not exactly. While it is no longer a crime that will land you in a jail for 5 years, it remains a civil wrong, and especially it is a solid ground for divorce. The Joseph Shine judgment reminds us that laws must evolve with society. By striking down this 150-year-old law, the Supreme Court reaffirmed that a marriage is partnership of equals and not a relationship of ownership. So what do you think? Did decriminalizing adultery weaken the institution of marriage, or was it a necessary step for human rights? Let us know in the comments, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more legal breakdowns. Thank you so much.